If you look under the hood of the modern internet, inside the massive data centers powering Amazon, Google, and Meta, you won't find Windows. To build a career in cloud computing, DevOps, or system administration, you have to master the environment running those servers. But that creates a major hurdle. Most of us grew up using consumer operating systems like Windows or macOS. Relying exclusively on those closed consumer-level systems restricts your career mobility. It often traps ambitious IT professionals in help desk roles, troubleshooting local desktop issues rather than managing global networks. Unlike Windows or Mac, which lock you out of their core code, Linux is built on an open source model. You can modify every line of code to meet specific server needs. So you decide it's time to learn Linux. You go online to download it, expecting a single, easy install button. Instead, you hit a wall of dozens of different versions with strange names, pulling you in completely different directions. Getting paralyzed by this choice stops a lot of people before they even begin. Letting that confusion win directly blocks your entry into high-demand, high-salary infrastructure roles. To get past that confusion, we have to break a very common assumption. Linux itself is actually not an operating system. Technically, Linux is a kernel, the engine of a computer. It's the core layer that communicates directly with the physical hardware. That engine was built in 1991 by Linus Torvalds. He created it as a grassroots open-source project. On the left, a traditional OS is a single sealed box. On the right, the Linux architecture is modular. The kernel sits separately. Because it's open source, anyone can take this core engine and build custom layers around it. The resulting product is called a distribution, or a distro for short. When you go to download Linux, you are actually installing one of these distributions, a full operating system constructed around the Linux kernel. This modular approach is exactly why the landscape feels so fragmented for a beginner. Beginners often struggle because they search for a single, unified Linux operating system, a product that doesn't actually exist. Let's make this highly practical. If the Linux kernel is purely the engine of a vehicle, then the different tech communities and enterprise companies act as the car manufacturers. They take that exact same engine and build entirely different cars around it. One manufacturer might build a heavy-duty truck with enterprise security patches. Another might build a sleek sedan with a user-friendly graphical interface. The engine is identical, but the final distribution is tailored for a specific job. Even though these cars look and feel different, driving them requires the same skill set. They all share a common command structure, inherited from Unix. Unix is a multi-user system developed in the 1970s at AT&T Bell Labs. It established the design principles for modern computing, handling massive enterprise workloads. Linus Torvalds built Linux to be compatible with those Unix design principles. If you learn how to navigate the command line in one modern distribution, those skills translate directly to all the others. The main practical difference is cost. Original Unix requires commercial licensing, whereas Linux provides enterprise-grade power for free. This diversity of distributions allows the ecosystem to adapt to specific industry needs, whether it's powering a smartphone or a global bank. This diagram maps your starting distribution to your desired IT role. From the Linux kernel, we have three paths: enterprise servers, general IT, and specialized security. Let's look at enterprise servers. The heavyweights here are Red Hat and CentOS. Learning these distributions prepares you for corporate server management and system administration. This is what you'll encounter in massive data centers. The trade-off is a steep learning curve. These systems are heavily reliant on the command line, which can be difficult if you're just looking for a casual desktop experience. Next is the beginner and general IT path. For this route, Ubuntu is the optimal choice. Ubuntu provides a familiar graphical user interface, making it feel similar to Windows or macOS, while still giving you full access to the underlying terminal. However, it lacks the strict, stripped-down environment of enterprise servers. If you start here, you will need an adjustment period when transitioning to a corporate role. Finally, we have the security and specialized path, dominated by Kali Linux, a name frequently featured in hacking media. Kali gives you a massive, pre-installed suite of cybersecurity and penetration testing tools from the moment you turn it on. But that specialization comes at a cost. It is bloated for day-to-day work, making it a frustrating starting point for anyone outside of dedicated security roles. Instead of searching for a best version, match your distribution choice to your specific career destination. To cut through the hesitation, let's look at the return on investment for your time. This chart tracks learning curve against enterprise career alignment. If you're an absolute beginner, Ubuntu sits right at the intersection of easy to learn and mid to high career alignment. Set it up using a virtual machine to practice terminal commands safely, without abandoning your current desktop. If optimizing directly for an infrastructure career, look at CentOS. It lands at hard to learn, but offers the highest possible career alignment. If you are serious about system administration, the steep initial setup pays off. It mirrors Red Hat environments running inside top-tier enterprises. But a quick warning, Kali Linux sits at hard to learn and low general alignment. Unless studying cybersecurity, avoid starting here. Remember that the core Linux engine is universal. Mastering the commands in Ubuntu today means you can drive a CentOS server tomorrow. Analysis paralysis is the only real failure state. Pick a starting point, master the universal engine, and you will have the technical foundation required for high-level IT roles.